All right, welcome back to HM and Biggie Review Things. Of course, our good friend Rob here, our permanent panelist, so to speak. We're here to review FanExpo 2022, a Comic Con that's in Toronto. And after 2 years of not having this con because of the pandemic, it's back. We're going down to Toronto FanExpo, which happens at the end of August every year. I've been once or twice, but we're going back with some of our kids in tow. We're going to do a review. So we're on our way downtown Toronto. For those who don't know, it's at the Metro Convention Center, a huge hall right in the waterfront area of downtown Toronto. So we'll see how it goes. We'll do a quick review and take some footage and see what we see. So as usual, if you can get a will call and go to will call, get your badge early. You can walk right in. That's a lot better. So I always tell people, if you can, go the day before, grab your badge, or else you're gonna have to do it with all the crowds. You're gonna see all these people line up, but it's pretty fast with the badge in hand. So here we are in front of the exclusives booth. Some of these cons have exclusives. Now I don't know. I mean, I don't know of how exclusive they really are, because some of these figures I've seen at a Target. So sometimes they'll put a little sticker on and say it's a event exclusive, but the true ones are probably at San Diego Comic-Con, New York Comic-Con, the bigger cons where Funko actually shows up. But a lot of these other exclusives, they'll put the sticker on and then they'll sell it later. All right, we're on Toronto FanExpo with Rob, and a few of our family members just got in the hall at 10 o'clock. Pretty efficient line, I would say.
Yeah, no wait.
No wait, just got right in. And obviously immediately jumping to this eBay booth where we're going to try to spin for Pokemon things, yeah. So obviously when some of the things you do, right, when you get into the hall, sometimes you go for all the things that are free and get free swag, because the lineups can start piling in once people start noticing where to get all the free stuff. So, all right, so fun fact, Rob found out that to set up a booth like this for the whole weekend's about 1,800 Canadian.
And if you have a corner one.
Or if you have a corner one, I'm sure it's more. But if you do the math, I believe if you're selling for $15, you got to sell 120 of those. I don't know if that's easy or good, but a lot of people are not selling. They're selling things for $1 or $2. So that's just a break even. So that's just a quick fun fact about these cons, that a lot of local artists will try to get their name out there and try to make a profit. But you got to sell quite a bit of merch over the weekend, and there's a ton of these artists, so you got to stand out. You got to have something that people are very interested in, and kind of set yourself apart. All right, we're at a large line for Genshin Impact. They always, every time they give a free bag, the lines are so long. So I think you get a free bag and a poster. I don't even know what Genshin Impact
and
is.
a code for online.
But we're in line anyways because we just like free stuff. Yeah. But anyways, we'll see how fast this line moves. Usually these things are pretty efficient if they're just giving a free bag. But if you got to sign up with an email and that kind of stuff, then it takes longer. All right, we're here at the celebrity autograph area. Rob, which of these celebrities would you pay money to meet, take a photo with?
I pay Katie Sackhoff.
Katie Sackhoff.
I really liked her in Battlestar Galactica, and I think she's also in The Mandalorian.
She is, as
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, that's right. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, the Stranger Things cast some of them are here, so a lot of people are dressed up as Stranger Things character. I think the main thing people are dressed up as is the Eddie Munson character with the Hellfire Club T-shirt. So, but you see Charlie Hunnam back there from Pacific Rim, and there's a few other guys coming up. You can always hear the cheers.
These Sons of Anarchy as well.
Sons of Anarchy, that's right, yeah. But celebrity photo area. Rob, what are your overall thoughts about this Comic-Con? Now, we've been to a bunch of good ones. What do you think?
I honestly, the last time I went to FanExpo was, at least over 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And I had a really good time. I think it is definitely a family-friendly atmosphere. As you know, we brought our kids,
yeah,
and they had a great time. And I was surprised that my son, who is only 7 years old, lasted through the whole day. But overall, it definitely exceeded my expectations.
Oh wow! So we go through 4 E's. The first being experience. What was the atmosphere like, Rob? Was it energetic? Was it people were enthused? What did you feel about it?
I think the overall experience was was fantastic. I had a great time seeing a lot of the people that were there. I think there was good people to help you answer questions and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I think overall it was a very good experience. They had a lot of like main attractions. Like I think Genshin Impact was one of the big ones, right?
Yeah, that's the second entertainment.
Oh, sorry.
But what are the fun things that were there? There was the eBay booth, which had a substantial line. They were giving out Pokemon, like you'd spin a wheel,
Yeah.
and they would give you Pokemon stuff. And Rob somehow managed to have 3 or 4 Pokeballs. Like the master of getting these Pokeballs.
Well, see that's one of the great things about having children, right? A lot of the vendors there are like saying, oh, you have children. Here's an extra Pokeball, or here's some Pokemon cards, right? So
yeah, they were pretty nice about it. Overall, we just did a C2E2 review, and I would have to say I was surprised. FanExpo had some of the bigger names there. There was the guys who do Assassin's Creed, I think, were there. Mm-hmm. What I forgot the what Ubisoft, I think, were there. I mean, they had a huge display booth. Unfortunately, in Ubisoft, you really need some free giveaways because no one was lining up because you didn't give any freebies. But there was Splatoon 3 that was announced, and you could take a photo there. So they had some of these big names there. Yeah, so I would say entertainment, was pretty well done. Yeah.
And what about is this also? Can we also talk about the guests that were there?
Yeah. Let's talk about the guests.
Yeah. So you had the 4 hobbits from Lord of the Rings,
yes.
Right? So that was pretty awesome. We did not go see them.
Well, I think the premier package, the highest tier, was like $900. I mean, that's like a photo with them. You get to see their meet and greet and all that kind of. So they sign something or something.
Yeah.
But that's almost $1,000.
Yeah, but
these hobbits are rich.
Yeah, and you also had a Stranger Things.
Yeah, that was big. That was huge.
Was also big. Finn Wolfhard was there. But we actually went to see LeVar Burton, who was
Star Trek
Star Trek: The Next Generation, who had a very good panel. I actually thoroughly enjoyed his interaction with the crowd.
He's a really sweet guy and very patient and told some funny stories. I think he did a great job. But I would say overall, like if you're talking about entertainment, there was a lot of star power here. I mean, there were so many Hellfire Club T-shirts, and some guy totally making a killing by selling $50 shirts at this one little booth. He didn't bother.
That was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous, right? But ton of Stranger Things fans. They're really were milking that franchise. And I saw bits of the panel online, and those guys really worked hard and tried to entertain the fans. So I would say, really strong entertainment. Mm-hmm. Exhibitors, we went through that a little bit, but Rob, did you any standouts for you for exhibitors? Do you like toys? You like merchandise?
Yeah, I managed to see a lot of comic books, a lot of toys. I'm into toy collecting, right? So it was good to see all like kind of the different vendors there that were trying to sell toys that had that nostalgia feel, even some of the old stuff. I think so going back to Genshin Impact, that was an exhibitor, right?
That's a big exhibitor, and that was a huge line.
Yeah, we waited an hour.
Yeah, about an hour for that. Unfortunately, I had no idea what Genshin Impact really was. I know it's a video game, but we got a bag, like a cardboard bag and a poster, which I ended up giving to my daughter's friends and stuff. So I lined up for that. I mean, and we took a picture.
Yeah.
That was a long line.
It was a long lineup. Was it worth it?
No.
Probably not. But my daughter loves Genshin Impact.
Yes.
And she was very happy that she got a poster. So
yeah. So I think overall exhibitors pretty strong. For like I was surprised. What about event flow, Rob?
Okay, so going in, I think was very easy.
Yeah,
when we got there was no lineup.
Well, you got the wristbands beforehand, which is a key, guys. Yeah. Always get it beforehand.
And I think in contrast to what you were saying about like Detroit, we're from the Toronto area, so we know where to go. Like I've been to the Metro Convention Center many times, right? So I kind of knew where to go, where the entrances are. Yeah. But like checking in was very simple. There was no lineup. And then when we got there, I was expecting to line up again.
Yeah.
But you know, it was already open. I felt like, oh, we got there at 10 o'clock when it opened.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was expecting to be waiting in a queue, but we weren't. It felt like
Yeah.
they let everyone in before 10 o'clock. And I was like, oh, okay, sure.
The one thing that I always don't like about this is that essentially it's in two halls.
Yeah.
And between those two halls, there's only one escalator and one path to get there. And it's crammed and jammed. So I wasn't a big fan of that. I knew that going in last time FanExpo. They always do that. There's one hall and there's hall B and A, and they're quite far apart. And that's the one choke point.
The north side and the south side.
That's right. Yeah. Right. So I don't know if they can change that just because of dimensions, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So.
And even when we were leaving the LeVar Burton panel.
That's right, yeah.
Sean Astin was next, and there was some confusion.
Way too much confusion.
There was a lot of people lining up for Sean Astin, and people are like trying to leave, and they're like, "Oh, should I line up here?" And
that was not done well. There was a guy yelling at the top of his lungs, trying to direct people. He did not have a megaphone. He did not have anything. People were kind of cutting in line. It was terrible. If you were in Sean Astin's line, you'd be frustrated. So there was definitely some problems with that flow. That's probably the weakest part.
And keeping in mind, we also went on a Friday, which was a less busier day than Saturday. And I've heard from our friends or some other people that Saturday was actually worse in terms of event flow.
Yeah, overall, what would you give this con a grade if you had to give it one?
Oh, if I had to give it, well, I'm gonna give this one a B.
Okay.
Again, like it's something I would definitely go, and with my family, with the kids, they had a great time, and they're asking when they can go again. So this is something that I would probably return to.
Yeah, I'd give it a B as well. I don't know, because we're from Toronto, it adds a little bit or takes away a little bit sometimes, because it's the excitement might not be there because it's Toronto. We live here, staying in a hotel, you just go home after. But overall, I think for a Toronto show was really good.
Yeah.
So I'll probably go again, yeah.
Exactly. In Toronto, we have many, great places to eat. We had Thai food. Do you remember the restaurant we went to?
Yes, Pai Toronto.
PAI, right?
Yes. I know we're not reviewing that, but I was going to ask what grade we're going to give it. But anyways, well, thanks for watching. This is our quick review of FanExpo 2022 in Toronto, Canada. So let us know if you've been there, if you plan to go, and we'll see you next time.
Right.
Please like and subscribe to this channel, Rob.
Please like and subscribe.
All right, see you next time.